Everybody's heard the unfortunate news, but I'm here to cover it. Sharica Jackson, as the title says here by the Associated Press, it says Jamaica's Sharica Jackson a no-show at 200 meters and won't race for individual medal at the Olympics. So they're saying that she may or may not be on the 4x1, but like they said it would depend on what she does in the 200. And since she's pulled out even the 200, I guess she could still do the 4x1 because she could just do one round of it. But right now it's not looking too good. And I just got to say once again, Kimba Nelson got shafted again. I'm going to keep saying that and screaming that to the roof because she was originally on that 4x1 squad. And then they decided to switch her out and sub her out. And right now with Sharica Jackson being this hurt and just so many things just going on, I'm like, yeah, that didn't seem like a smart decision at all, because now you could have had someone get a chance here at the Olympics, but then you decided last minute and really didn't notify them too much. And it apparently happened after it was too late to change the decision. So that's kind of bogus. With the JAAA, it's like, hey, you notify somebody after it's too late to change the decision and after they finish third. I don't know. So here it is in this article. We're going to go over the results of the women's 200 as well. So as Jamaican sprinter Sharica Jackson pulled out of the women's 200 meter Sunday and will not race for an individual meet at the Paris Games. Jackson, the defending world champion, who is the second fastest woman of all time in the 200, had previously withdrawn from the 100 meters, saying it was partly because of a leg injury she suffered in a tune-up race last month. It is unclear why she pulled out of Sunday's race. It's kind of obvious at this point. It turns American Gabby Thomas into the clear favorite to win the 200. Thomas cruised through a qualifying heat in blah blah, as did Julien Alfred. So this is basically Thomas versus Alfred at this point. Even Marie-Josée Toulouse-Smith pulled out because she was already hurt. So many people were saying that she did the rounds wrong. And I can see where that comes from. I had got some things a little bit incorrect when it came to why Shelly-Ann had initially pulled out. And then I corrected that as soon as I heard the information. So with Toulouse, it was not her energy management. It was her being hurt. Now, here, but that also comes with an age. So it all comes together. Now, here is the thing I want to say. I already said it yesterday. Go back to the stream yesterday where I talked about the women's semifinal round in the 100, where I said publicly, like, the athletes and coaches don't want to say certain things. I literally just said this yesterday, just like I said, 1072 or faster is what Julien Alfred, if we want to call it outright win, and her just being faster and not something that, you know, Sha'Carri messed up. If we could just say, look, that's her winning, not Sha'Carri messing up. That was what she needed. And it is no doubt she outright won. Here, I said yesterday that if we look at this and we listen to the interviews that people are doing, right? We listen to the interviews that people are doing. Her and her coach were like, yeah, Coach Francis was like, we're going to just take this by, you know, the ear, whatever the trainer says, we're going to listen to the trainer. Cool. That makes sense. But Shericka was saying, yeah, we're not necessarily going for any records or anything like that. I told y'all that's more of a sign of they're hoping they could even get a medal. I said that they could hope they can even get a medal, because you don't want to just tell them straight like it is. Michael Norman is an athlete that kind of just tells everything out there. There's other athletes that just say everything. I don't think Noah Lyles is the type of person at a championship to say it, but he said, hey, you know what? I'm dealing with this strain. I'm dealing with this. Oh, this is what happened here. He said it in the past. So people will associate him with saying things, but I'm not quite sure he would do it at a championship meet like this one. He did do it at USA's after that, but he didn't do it at I wouldn't see him as the type to do it at a world or Olympic championship games. It doesn't make any sense for most athletes to do that. So they're going to underplay their card. Remember, you don't want to let your opponents know what that is, because partially it's psychological. You want to make sure people assume some things about you so that you can intimidate them just by stepping on the track. And I don't think that was enough, because when you pull out the 100 at the last minute, that's not about to intimidate anybody. That's more like people licking their chops. And at this point, it was smart for her to pull out, but I did call it that she would have even struggled to get through even with a medal. But one last thing here, does Jamaica have an issue here with some of the talent coming up? I said this last year, and I said this in 2022, and I'm gonna say it here again. People didn't like to hear this. I said, outside of the big three that you got at Jamaica, who's really gonna be able to step up to the plate? And is this the early sign that you're seeing that? Because I said they pretty much have shut out everybody else from being able to make these, so they don't get the experience of being able to make the games. And yeah, that's the benefit and the downfall of somebody being able to be that dominant. If somebody's dominating so much, it literally eliminates the other people's chances of doing it. Think about the men's 100 and how there's been a different winner every year since 2015. Usain Bolt 2015, 2017, Justin Gatlin, then Christian Coleman, so on and so forth. Oh yeah, actually not 2015, 2016. But if we just only count the world championships, then it's been a different winner. 2016 with Usain Bolt, and then after that, every single world championships and Olympics, it's been a different winner every single time. That gives other people from other nations, and in this case, mostly the U.S., experience to then be able to make a games, make a final. You're not always relying on one name. And when you got the domination of those big three, when they're not there, it kind of shows. Talent takes time to develop. Does Jamaica have it? I'm going to have a whole topic on that. So Heat 1, obviously, Julien Alfred made it through to the next round. Very easy. Then we got Jemima Joseph from France. Then we got Julia Henriksson from Sweden that has a national record. So congratulations to her. Tori Lewis got a personal best. Congrats to her. Then we got Lorraine Bazolo, right? Lorraine Bazolo. I'm pronouncing that wrong, but she's originally from the Congo, representing Portugal. She's 41 years old. I know a little bit about her. She has made the semifinal as of the last Tokyo Olympics. That was the final. That was the furthest that she made it. So I'm going to take a point to shout out to her as a Masters Plus athlete. She's out here doing her thing, representing Portugal. She first showed up in the 2012 Olympics, and then she's just kind of been getting out the first round. But this one, she has made that, I think it's Repechage round. It's a French word. So second chance. Between the 200 and 1500 meters, athletes that don't make it automatically to the semifinal, they get a second chance round. I think this is more so for the sponsors and everything than it is for the athletes, but the athletes are saying visibility, or at least World Athletics is saying visibility for the athletes and everything like that. And I think that actually just makes sense. You want name recognition to these people. So if they get knocked out one round, you just kind of forget about them. But now they get a chance to come around another round to get a chance to make it to the semifinal and potentially even make the final team. So that's good. Now we go to the next round. We got Gabby Thomas. Shout out to Watch Athletics, because the Olympic.com website is not working on my computer while I got some things open here for some reason. It was working at first and now it's just broken. I don't know. But it works on my phone. So Gabby Thomas, I guess she's going by Gabrielle Thomas, because everything I've looked up here, that's what she's going by. So she won her heat pretty easily. Same thing. Reaction time, okay. She just kind of walked out the blocks. Nisha Berger from Jamaica is there. Then we got Kambunji made it. And then we got a personal best by Jacqueline Madogo. Now, third heat, Daryl Nita wins that one. Nothing too much to look at there. Everybody's just doing what they need to do. Mackenzie Long for the United States. I'm very interested in what she is going to do, and if she can handle coming from NCAAs and everything, the drama that's happened with her and losing her mother and everything like that this year. Let's see how that plays out on her. Then we got Brittany Brown, which is a very reliable athlete to go back on. I think that if we were to say somebody for a medal hunt, that would be also Brittany Brown, outside of just Alfred and Gabby Thomas. Then we got Lene Tava Thomas for Jamaica that finished in second. We're going to see how she does. Then we got Bianca Williams from Great Britain. Favor O'Philly won hers season best time. So it was pretty done right there. Dina Asher Smith trying to make a mark right here. This has got to be her chance to come through. Dina Asher Smith has to put in some work, but again, I'm going to say it each time. This is a transition year for her. Unfortunately, it happened at the Olympics, but we're going to see some signs of her with her new coach next year, but really by the next Olympics, we're going to see that. Then we got Gina Bass once again coming through. Hopefully she can make it through to the final. I would like to actually see her make it through to the final since she didn't make the 100. Let's see what she can do. Now, as far as this, I think that if you had to, okay, I am recording. I thought I paused the video. If you had to pick somebody right now, Julien Alfred is the biggest threat to Gabby Thomas. I said it before, biggest threat to Gabby Thomas because she, at that last meet, she was right on her freaking heels. Gabby Thomas, but that was also Gabby Thomas not getting a great start. That was a horrible start, right? That was a horrible start. If you got a Gabby Thomas with a decent start and you got her finished, because remember, she trucked that thing out. Julien Alfred's now a bit more tuned up and a little bit faster now with a new personal best. She chopped off 0.06 seconds. So 6/100ths of a second off her 200. That's a lot. Or off her 100. That's a lot. So now coming into that, we're going to see what happens in a semifinal round. They have not yet put that together. So I can't read the heats off and then give my interpretation of that because they still need to go through that second chance round, which is on tomorrow. So we're going to see what happens and how they do the lineups. But right now, Thomas is still the favorite. But Julien Alfred is, I would say, a very big danger to her. I'm not going to say co-favorite, but she's a very big danger. She has a high chance of being the 1-2 double champion here. Gabby Thomas is definitely the overall favorite because you even saw how they raced. She was able to claw down and close down. She will not be able to afford to do that in the final. I'm telling you, it's going to be a very low chance. Yeah, Julien Alfred's not going to fade at the end. She's just a strong runner overall. So she's pretty even kill right there. She could have some fight in her, even though Gabby Thomas has the close. That's the thing. It's not like Julien Alfred doesn't have anything at the end. She's just overall quick. She's not going to fade like other athletes do. But when it comes down to closing on athletes, Gabby Thomas got that in spades. Especially you give her a 200-meter runway, she's going to be able to close down. We saw that happen. She pulled something out of her, and that's what she can do. Problem. I don't think that's going to be enough when you got somebody just that much faster than you. You got a 100-meter open. Let's give her a 10-9 something, 10-9 even low. That's not going to be enough. Even if we just say, yeah, you know what, her 100, she must be faster than that. Well, if she was faster than that, she would have ran faster than that, right? She's run plenty of 100s. If she was a 10-7 athlete, we would have seen that by now. If she's a 10-8 athlete, we would have seen it by now. She is not. Let's just be able to call that as it is. She's not right now. Next season, sure. Let's see. But right now, she's not a 10-8 or a 10-7 athlete. So you got somebody that has that in a Julien Alfred. Let's see how they match up. But right now, Gabby cannot afford to slack. If she does slack off and she goes to sleep, sits in the blocks, does not get a good start, which I think is actually not that common for her, to be honest. But if she doesn't get a good start in that final, it's over. Julien Alfred got it. Y'all see this right now. She's got to come 100%. But I got a time that I think that if Julien Alfred does get, just like I said with Sha'Carri Richardson and her in the race, if she does get, I'm like, yeah, you can't expect these athletes to do personal best all the time. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. This has been Nick, your host for Head and Shoulders ATR, where we cover athletes' performances and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. Peace out.